Investors snapped up stocks on news that American businesses added more jobs than expected in April, 165,000 to be precise, with the unemployment rate falling to 7.5%. Average hourly earnings up 0.2%, and job numbers for February and March were revised sharply higher. We have two reports looking more closely at that surprising jobs report and today's reaction on Wall Street. We begin with Bob Pisani at the New York Stock Exchange.
It was the shock heard round the world. Traders had convinced themselves that the April jobs report would come in well below even lowered expectations. And when the report came in far stronger than expected, with prior months also revised upward, the markets reacted immediately. S&P futures moved up more than 10 points in a couple minutes. Seconds after the open, the Dow and the S&P were both at historic highs. Over in Europe, the German stock market moved over 100 points on the news. That's about 1.25%, and closed at its high a couple hours later. Stocks opened up and stayed near their highs throughout the day, with volume above normal and three stocks advancing for each one declining. Traders especially bought economically sensitive stocks like U.S. Steel, truck maker Cummins, Beazer Homes, and Caterpillar. Techs also shined, with big moves up in semiconductor stocks like AMD, Micron, and Teradyne. Storage device maker Seagate closed at an historic high after a strong earnings report on Wednesday. Copper, a critical component of the global economy, was up over 6%, its best showing in 18 months. Can we go any further? Well, the bulls note this is not 2007. Stocks are not overvalued as they were then. And the markets have two things going for it that it didn't have in 2007. First, the Federal Reserve. And second, an investing public that simply does not believe that this rally is real. And that skepticism may be the best friend the market can have. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Bob Pisani at the New York Stock Exchange. And now for more on the jobs report, let's go to Hampton Pearson in Washington.
The April government employment report paints a picture of a job market that has been improving more than most economists thought. At 7.5%, the unemployment rate is now at a 4-year low. That's because total employment, as measured by the government's household survey, increased by 293,000 last month.
We saw that decline in the unemployment rate, and this time it happened because of stronger job growth. So all in all, I take a lot of optimism away from it.
The big winners, restaurants and hotels, adding 45,000 new employees in the past 2 months. Places like Osteria Elysir, where Gennard Crawford just got a job this month.
Been unemployed for a little while, and the economy is catching back up. So yeah, it feels really good. I have 2 kids, so really important for me.
Today at a Washington, D.C. employment office, we found job seekers checking out prospects online. Some 210,000 people nationwide went back into the labor force in April. People like Quentin Gordon, out of work since the first of the year, but still optimistic.
Before this month is out, I'm sure I'll be employed and working.
The economy's been creating an average of 208,000 jobs a month for the last 6 months. But top Obama administration officials worry the sequester will reverse that trend.
While we continue to see an expansion of the economy, continue to see private sector job growth, I think if it weren't for the sequester, the economy would be in even a stronger position.
That increased consumer spending produced April hiring that was broad-based. Only construction and the government were sectors where we lost jobs. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Hampton Pearson in Washington.